Edge at 11 starts now.
Tonight on The Edge, he's the police chief of one of the most dangerous cities in America, but the leader of Detroit PD is receiving praise nationwide for his leadership in addressing crime.
This summer, Chief James White has been tasked with cutting down on gun violence during unauthorized block parties. Fox News' Jessica Dupnack got to sit down with the chief tonight, and Jessica, he has no doubt one of the toughest jobs in the country, and he's tackling it head on.
Absolutely. We started talking crime stats, and I got to be honest, I was surprised to hear some of the stats as of today. And let's start with the non-fatal shootings, apparently down 20%. And that number does include the numbers from that mass shooting on the city's east side from about a month ago when 21 people were shot at an illegal block party. Now, the chief, he did dub this the summer of the illegal block party, but he says things are definitely turning around.
We have a very deliberate plan on how we police our community.
Detroit's top cop, Chief James White, says that plan is working, and it starts with the 200 new officers now out on the streets. We sat down exclusively to check in on crime stats halfway through this year, and they might surprise you, especially after that mass shooting about a month ago on the city's east side at an out-of-control illegal block party. 21 people were shot, 2 killed.
When you get 21 people shot in your city at an illegal street party, that's a call to action for not just the police, but for the entire community.
Arrests have been made in that gang-related shooting, and the response from the DPD quick, launching an illegal street party enforcement on the weekends.
Eastern District Dispatch, Western District Dispatch.
In just 4 weeks.
Well over 125 parties have been illegal parties have been disrupted. Multiple guns recovered. We recovered a machine gun.
Chief White wants to be clear.
So we're not trying to stop grandma's barbecue. What we're trying to stop is illegal parties in the middle of the street that go beyond 10 p.m.
Chief White, who came in 2021 when homicides were up 27% and non-fatal shootings up 44% from the year of the pandemic. He's saying now some stats are seeing record lows. Here are the big ones. Homicides down almost 16% right now. Non-fatal shootings down 20%. And another of note, carjackings down 38%.
We are not celebrating these statistics. Yes, we're proud of them.
Proud, too, of a recently expanded critical incident team, adding 15 additional officers to handle mental health 911 calls with a trained mental health professional. And there's a reason Chief walks a mile in the neighborhoods on Wednesdays and will be patrolling by bicycle Friday, keeping the community ties tight to help fight crime.
It's a constant work in progress to keep that relationship strong with the community. I think it's good. I want to make it even better.
Yeah, I want to put an exclamation point on what we said earlier in this story. 200 new officers out on the streets here in Detroit. That visibility alone, Chief says, is going to make a difference. They're actually putting 40 men and women through the Detroit Police Academy each month. Reporting live on Detroit's west side, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
Well, Jessica, I mean, what is he exactly attributing the drop in these percentages? Is it that mental health team that you were speaking about, or more officers out there, or is it just a combination of things? I mean, there must be something, though, that's changing.
Chief White is very data-driven, and he said today that it's a multi-layered approach. It's really a combination of everything you said, but sheer numbers of officers has got to make a difference. When you see more and more of those scout cars patrolling, it's making folks think twice.
Yes, and Chief White is always transparent with us, so certainly he wants those numbers to be known. Thank you, Jessica, for that report. Well, after 5.5 long years inside a Russian prison, Paul Whelan is finally coming home.
Yeah, he's on his way right now. The Michigan native is among several detained Americans freed from a Russia prisoner camp.
Today, we're bringing home Paul, Evan, Alsu, Vladimir. 3 American citizens, 1 American green card holder. This is an incredible relief for all the family members gathered here. It's relief to the friends and colleagues all across the country who've been praying for this day for a long time.
The deal, which involved 24 people, is the largest U.S.-Russia prisoner swap since the Cold War. Among other Americans freed, Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gerskovich. The plane carrying the freed Americans is set to arrive in the U.S. tonight in just about 25 minutes or so. You'll see it live right here on Fox 2.
Well, August, just like July, I think, bringing the heat. Another hot and humid day for the first of the month.
All right, listen, I've been enjoying the heat as well, but no one can say that we didn't have a summer and it only lasted a minute. All that silly talk.
Yeah.
It's been a nice, long, hot summer.
We're on a roll, Roop and Taryn. Yesterday we hit 91. Today we made it to 90 degrees, but that humidity is tough. Notice low pressure is spinning across the Great Lakes, and there are clusters of storms from Chicago over the south end of Lake Michigan, also from Toledo to Columbus out to Canton, Ohio. Some very heavy rainfall. We've seen a couple of spotty storms, especially through Macomb County the last few hours, but right now the action is close to Toledo and Luna Pier in southern Monroe County. More storms are firing north of Lansing, but we're going to be watching the radar. Also, we're watching the tropics. A tropical depression is trying to develop over the eastern tip of Cuba. This could be a big player for Florida over the weekend with very heavy rainfall. Daytime high for us today, 90 degrees, 88 Chicago, 88 as far north as Alpena. There's that 90 for the official high at Metro Airport. No rainfall, but some spots did pick up some brief heavy downpours up in Shelby. There was some heavy rainfall. 85 degrees right now, 74 in Howe, 75 in Port Huron. Look at the dew points, still hovering near 70 degrees in many locations. It's warm and muggy for Chicago, for Columbus, Pittsburgh, Toronto, close to 80 degrees. But watch as low pressure will move to the east by late in the day tomorrow, and that will end our thunder shower chances. So for tonight and for the daytime hours of Friday, more storms will come and go. The humidity sticks around for Saturday, but by Sunday, we're getting rid of the humidity. A few thunder showers overnight and again tomorrow afternoon. Check out that 7-day forecast. Warm for the weekend, but less humid and less heat into next week. We'll check it for us starting at 4 a.m. Taryn, back to you.
All right, Rich, thanks. We'll take a look at this. A massive sinkhole opens up on Detroit's west side. This was the scene today at the intersection of Oakman and Homer. The city says a water main break was to blame and repairs are being made. This is one of several sinkholes that have opened up across Detroit in recent years. Earlier this year, one sinkhole even swallowed a car in southwest Detroit.
Unbelievable. Well, a tough day for neighbors in Warren. Several of them waking up to this: broken windows on their vehicles.
And the cause? Someone armed with a pellet gun. Now, police are looking for the suspects responsible for the crimes. Fox News' Dave Kinchin gives us a closer look.
A total major mess that folks in Warren woke up to this morning. Take a look right here. This is one truck. The window on the driver's side completely smashed out. You can see all of the shards of glass on the ground right there. One man we talked to told us the astronomical amount of money he had to pay to get his window fixed.
I threw my bag over here. I came out and there was literally a hole about this big in my window.
It's a pretty lousy way for James Przeski to start his day.
Wasn't little. Shattered all inside, all on the floor. There's still glass over here where my car was parked.
The Warren man got up early to head to work when the sound of that broken glass sent shivers through his body. Someone drove by and shot his window out with the pellet gun. And Warren police say he's far from being the only victim.
I looked down the street. My neighbor over here, he's got a hole in his window. My neighbor's down there, has got a hole in their window. And it was everybody that was parked on the right side of the street, all the way down.
Police say several cars on Pinto Street and Parker Circle suffered the same fate. This is all in the area of 13.5 Mile and Shaner. And the cost of repairs, it's pretty hard.
It cost me $300, plus it cost me the money for the motor that raises it up and down because the tension broke the little plastic clips that hold it in.
What's the whole total on that?
500 and something.
That's not cheap, especially these days, right?
No, especially when you're fighting to pay bills day by day, week by week.
Investigators believe it may have been the dastardly deeds of some teens driving through the neighborhood overnight, apparently with nothing better to do. But now cops and neighbors are keeping an extra eye out. James has this message to them.
Something like this is going to catch up to you, and it's not going to be good. Cut the crap out while you can.
Police working this case very closely, checking Ring doorbell cameras. A lot of the houses in this neighborhood do have Ring doorbells and cameras with them. Unclear if they have any video yet, but they're still working and canvassing. Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Dispatch, she just hit me.
Well, that's a surefire way to go straight to jail. A woman accused of being intoxicated behind the wheel, seen on dash cam video crashing into a Shelby Township police car. It didn't end there. The woman was observed ramming into other cars in the neighborhood as well. And guess what? She just kept on going.
All right, she's taking off on me. She's going to hit another car. Send me more cars.
The woman kept going, driving through people's backyards. She eventually came to a stop, and police had enough of this bad behavior.
Get the out right now!
Get the
out right now! You understand me? Get the out!
She didn't go willingly, but they got her out of the car. Madison Forsyth was found to have a blood alcohol level of 0.25. That's more than 4 times the legal limit. She was charged with felonious assault with a dangerous weapon, fleeing and eluding, and operating while intoxicated. Tonight, she's free on a $500 bond. The police chief in Shelby Township tells us he was stunned to hear she was given such a low bond. Well, a man suffers a medical emergency at a Clinton Township car wash, and his life was saved thanks to an alert teenager.
He flagged down an officer who administered CPR. Today, only 3 weeks after the health scare, all 3 were united and spoke about that scary day.
The doctor informed me that I was clinically dead for 14 minutes, but you, my young superhero, refused to give up. Thought your swift actions, you snatched me back from death and gave me a second chance at life.
My cousin Lamar flipped him over, and he seen the blood coming down his head. Then we seen Officer Collins, and I ran to go get help.
I probably would have never seen him. I would have had to go the other way because I was getting dispatched to a run to the south. So if it wasn't for you, we all wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Love that. Well, Ed Fortuna thanked Sergeant Paul Collins and Richard Blackwell for their heroic actions and promised to do right with this second chance at life.
Fire Marshal Jason Beloga is receiving this coin today and the certificate for his collaboration with our agency.
A Farmington Hills firefighter is recognized for going above and beyond. Back in February, there was a battery fire. It was small but intense, and the homeowner was able to put it out himself. But Fire Marshal Jason Beloga had a suspicion that the battery, which was a basis magnetic wireless charging bank, was an unknown fire hazard that needed to be looked at. Turns out he was right. There were 26 other incidents with those batteries across the country.
Really take it as our mission to get faulty products off the street.
Last month, the company issued a nationwide recall of more than 1,000 units of the product.